Hello and welcome back to our live play D&D stream. We are currently in the midst of Almansthorpe, around town center, where we left off. We left off with. No, we were not in town center. We were just outside town, if I remember correctly, because you, Oxus, our lion boy over there, just skinned a. Not skin. Are you skinning it, or are you just dragging the big ass thing back?
How about we do introductions?
Yeah, I got ahead of myself. Let me know.
Yeah, you really. We should write you a script.
You should. I'm doing the rest of this.
Alright, howdy everybody. I am Connor, and I am playing Mihongal, the half-elf swashbuckler rogue bard.
He just wanted to say that. That's all it was. He's like, don't forget to let me say what I am. Gosh.
I just want some semblance of professionality.
I am ID. Damn it.
I'm Otis. I got a big stick and I whack shit.
But he's not the barbarian.
Surprisingly.
I whack shit a lot. Not mad.
I am Vast Moon of the Night, or Noah. I play Vast Moon of the Night Sky, Tabaxi, Aberrant Mind Sorcerer.
I am Vast Moon of the Night Sky, and I am playing Noah, the human.
That one guy that lives 2 hours away, yeah, you know.
I guess I'm Icena, and I'm a Wood Elf Druid. Yeah, a circle of spores. Great job. Yes, I did it. Goodbye.
And I am Nate. I am playing Kire, the Path of the Beast Barbarian.
Alright.
I couldn't hear you, David.
No?
Intros are done. We are ready, Mr. DM.
Heard that.
Okay.
And that. But not your voice.
So, last we left off, Kure, Mycena, and Mihongal went to the Red Knights after seeing a recruitment poster. Kure fought at the Red Knights camp, and I collected some coin, both from wagers and from pockets, as well as a few other items. Oxus and his dragon, Levitation, went hunting and took down a... what was it?
Triple M.
A massive
Triple M.
mutant moose.
A massive mutant moose. And I believe that is where we left off.
Yeah, I think y'all were about to leave back for the town, and Oxus was making a sled to carry this beast.
Yeah. We good now?
Yep, heard you that time.
What happened? Okay. Alright. So, you find a dead tree, Oxus, and it's easy enough to really just push over at this point, and you can get like a good bit of the bark and use it as a sled to drag it back. Uneventful walk back to the town. Take it straight to the butcher if it's still open.
I was probably going to, right before I get into town, I would skin it.
Right at the gates of all, like, the people coming into town, there's just a lion man skinning a moose.
Yep. Yeah.
Got you trussed up by the legs. Yeah.
More bloody meat going through the city streets once again.
Of course, because the butcher's in the center of the square, right? Or towards the center of this town, right? And where's the tanner?
Yes.
Would I hit the tanner first?
Not from the south, no.
We don't happen to meet up at the gate, do we?
I think we were east and
I
Oaksis
think-
was south.
I think you would meet at the gate because you have to take the south exit to move towards. There is an eastern exit, but it's like it's not really an eastern exit. It's more like the south and the east are the same thing, and these lines are a little bit misleading on the map. I'd say with the time it's going to take him to trust skin, bleed, and gut the moose, y'all would find him almost finishing up.
Bloody lion at the entrance.
White fur, red hands. I'd pink tomorrow.
Oh, Oxus. I see your hunt went well.
Yes.
Here, you might find use of this. And I toss him the salt block that I won. Since you seem to be our resident, I wouldn't call you our cook, but at least you're the one who holds and prepares our meats. It is a salt block that causes any food you carry not to spoil.
That's cool. I just put it in my bag and continue, getting the last bit of the skin.
Into the igloo ice chest it goes.
EBT Fern now his hoard is growing.
Good.
And shrinking as he eats it.
We're gonna cut away from that. We're gonna cut away from this as y'all head towards the butchery and then to the tanner to make a little bit of extra side cash. And we're gonna go with week.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah, I lost him. I don't know if
I
y'all did.
lost them.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, that was. He is frozen.
Find information
He went auto tune.
that you had fought.
You might want to repeat that, David.
Like from the top.
Make it drop.
Okay. That's a no. That's a nah. We find Moon at the town library. Find who has spent all day searching for information on Noon Wraiths, the monster you had just them, to deal with them, right? Just any information. And before you ask, yes, you brought like a good 2 or 3 extra of the meat pies from Colette's place.
Appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Always thinking ahead.
Always need the meat pies.
Okay.
Since you've spent all day looking, you can make a investigation check with advantage on the Moon Wraith, and then let me know if you want to. And depending on whether or not you find it or not, I'll see if you have time to look for anything else you might be interested in.
Okay. You said investigation?
Investigation with advantage.
Okay. Oh, that was so bad. 9? I don't think they...
It's not.
They'll pop up in a second.
Again, I'm still on the iPad, and I think this character sheet just kind of... Oh, God, no. Okay, I think my character sheet just got wiped. Ugh.
Oh,
It's okay, I have it on D&D Beyond. But, yeah, 9. That was with advantage.
okay. So that means that you'll have found the information that you were looking for, but you will not have time to look for anything else. It took the whole day to even find a book relating to noon wraiths in this town. And it's really, it's less of a book and more of like a personal bestiary notebook that somebody seems to have kept on monsters that they had hunt or had encountered, or it even, and just like one little like subset section of like wraiths, specific moon wraith subset, like it's a wraith subset, moon wraith, and even just there's a little bit of writing, and all it tells you is that all of the moon wraiths that have ever been encountered have been always women or feminine presenting even, but they've never been masculine in any sense or male at all. They have always been born out of like a bloody death at the hands of someone they cared deeply for. Romantic interest or like platonic love or anything else, but it is always at the death at the hands of somebody that they cared deeply for.
Gotcha. Okay.
To gather the information that you have from the crime scene and from your study, you know that as a moon wraith, it's because of somebody they cared about. You have a name of the woman that was turned into this wraith. Her name is Belle. So you have 2 solid starts for an investigation.
Okay. You said Belle, B-E-L?
E-L-L-E.
Okay. Okay. Would I be able to continue this investigation based off that name? Or was I just able to kind of find that sort of information throughout my time there?
You were able to find that in your time that you were working on. If I would say that you would also know, like, since you know her name and since you found this information, that your 9 is also going to lead to there not being a public record of lived in the city, the library.
No yellow pages.
It's not, yeah, no, not in the library at least.
Gotcha. Okay.
Honor, you're muted if you're trying to talk to us.
I think yellow pages were businesses and white pages were individuals.
Well, I'm sorry.
Youngin.
Fuck you, old man.
Yeah.
Look, I don't appreciate that he turned to me to ask first.
Did you know the answer?
Oof.
That's not part of the D&D campaign.
Objection, Your Honor, irrelevant.
Sustained.
Hearsay.
I'll hear what you have to say. Okay, I think then Moon would kind of take that information, and if I can't find anything else, Moon would, unfortunately but futilely, admit defeat and continue about his business with, meat pies in hand.
For brevity's sake, we'll say as you leave the library and head back towards Colette's bar, you have to pass through the center square. You see Francis with a big old bloody bag over his shoulder and the rest of your group with him.
Oh, they wouldn't let me take my sled in?
Okay, you'd have it on the sled, but so that you're just dragging like a sporadic streak of blood behind you throughout the city.
Well, no, I skinned it, set all the meat on the hide.
Okay.
Moon would just be like, "Oh, the dragon grew quickly, huh?"
What?
As a joke.
It was a joke.
No. This is a moose.
Oh.
It is a massive moon. Like, like you've seen like.
Like, I did quarter it, I just kind of skinned it, so it's now just a skinless moose.
It is, and antlers have been cut. And it is huge. Like most moose, from like foot to shoulder, like a good sized moose would be around 7 feet.
Could you make like a helmet?
Can I take the antlers and put it on the displacer beast? I'm just gonna make a fucking taxidermied chimera.
I have no personal reason to keep them. I was thinking of going to
I hear they're good for potions.
sell them. Oh, sell them at the alchemist?
Maybe.
Other different parts that they could grab off of it that would get thrown away at a butchery.
I think I've heard that the antlers are good for potions.
I'll ask the butcher for the antlers. Just maybe
Are
you
you
can take a
trained in
saw on.
alchemy?
No.
Do what, David?
Are you trained in alchemy, Mihongo?
I don't believe so. I mean, I have half proficiency.
Curie, you said you wanted to make.
Then if you would
want the
make
antlers,
a,
Curie?
if you want to make a flat intelligence check for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, fuck yeah. There's always bits on most animals that can be used for potions or spell components. You would remember in like family members would need for like casting of any spells that they had, and it was just a lot of different animal bits. So you're absolutely certain if you take this to like an alchemist or like even like a spellcraft place that may or may not be here, you could get a bit more money for just like the parts of the moose.
I've heard it can be used in some kind of poison. I think it can be used in some sort of poison.
I think it'd be pretty damaging just to hit them with the horns.
True.
And try to poison them with it.
Do you mind if I see the horns?
I think it
They're
has
still on
to.
the body.
I think it has to do with
Oh.
health. So it could either be used for healing or poison.
I don't have the
Could I
right
make-
utensil to entirely, take the skull cap off.
David, could I just make like a medicine check or a nature check to determine the nature of the horn, if it has any like properties to it that could be used for like, I don't know, beneficial?
That would be.
We'll go medicinal.
Yeah, that'd be medicine. That would absolutely be medicine.
Okay.
I'm not proficient, so I can't help him.
Yeah, my brain is moving.
Are you proficient with medicine?
Nat 1. So.
No, you're not proficient. But you just have 4 because you're for your wisdom.
Yeah, but I rolled a nat 1, so it doesn't even matter.
Well, if she was proficient, she could help you, which would be advantage. We said at the beginning of the campaign that in order to help with the skill, you typically have to be proficient.
I don't know. Moon has never read a book on moose.
I mean, I have +3 to my medicine.
But you're not proficient though.
No.
That's the issue.
No.
The only exception I'll ever make is when you reach like +4 proficiency bonus. That's when like Mihongo will get like +2 to it, and then I would allow him to be considered proficient in terms of being able to help people.
Because Jack of all trades lets me add half my proficiency bonus. So
Yes,
whenever
yes.
I have a +4 proficiency, it's the same as like a level 1 through 4 character's normal proficiency bonus.
Yeah. That way, because it's like you were the kid that helped your dad in the garage and actually helped instead of just standing there.
We're getting close to the butcher.
Yeah. We're gonna fast track this.
I wanted to learn the butcher's name.
Just the. No.
His name's Butch.
Through just. No. Through
Her name's
selling
Butch.
Her name's Butch.
on the moose, he's gonna be able to sell. Good?
I didn't hear you. What's up?
I lost you for a second.
Because I've been speaking the whole time.
Okay, maybe 2 seconds.
Yeah, you cut out for like probably on the one important part of your sentence.
He said fast tracking, and then we lost you after that.
Yep.
Fast tracking. You will not give me the name of the butcher. And that's
butcher's
about
name,
it.
The butcher's name is Butch.
You there, David? Goodbye, David. So, Kira, you said you wanted the horns?
I mean, the horns are nice, but I don't know what I'll do with them.
I don't know what I'll do with them either.
I've
probably
already
just
got
gonna
something
sell
that
them.
I'm gonna put on my mantle once I figure out where the place is. If it even has a mantle.
Fair enough.
Good.
Yes.
Hate this thing. No, fast tracking because I just want to move along. The sheer size of the moose and the amount of meat means that the butcher will be able to make a hefty profit for a long while on it. So they'll give you, say, 25 gold for the moose.
Okay.
Right. And then I'd say like the alchemist. Mihongo, you're the one that has like the base knowledge of this. If you want to roll me a persuasion check to see how much the alchemist will offer for all the parts of the moose that would make potions. And you'll get the base of what I was going to give you. They'll give you 15 gold for all the pieces of the moose for potions.
So I figured Daniel gets the gold for the meat, and I get the gold for the potion stuff.
That's y'all. I'm not in charge.
Sound fair to you, Oxus?
I'll say we can split the horns because I would have taken it somewhere else.
Okay, fair.
So
but
15, you take 8, I take 7.
All right.
Right.
Don't worry. It will all bounce out eventually.
Oh, I agree. That's why I didn't argue about it. I figured I got significantly more than you would have, but it'll, like you said, it'll work out eventually.
Where are y'all headed next?
The
What are we doing?
tanners to get rid of the skin.
Alright, fair enough. Then we'll just fast track this one as well for another 10 gold pieces because it is a massive moose hide.
Because I was thinking that, like, wherever you took the antlers, they wouldn't have offered you near as much, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the only reason you're getting 10 gold off of this is because of the fact that it is such a huge moose. Like I was saying, a good sized moose is foot to shoulder, 7 feet. This is like neighboring 10 foot tall moose, or it was before it was cut down.
Sure.
Listen, this is a mutated land of shitfuckery, dog. Things go wrong here.
How much would the tanner have offered for the rack?
The tanner wouldn't have taken the rack.
Okay.
They're a tanner.
Fair enough. Continuing. I think that's all Oxus had to do.
Yeah, made a hefty chunk of money for about $1 worth. Where are we headed now, guys? Up to y'all. Story moves at your pace.
I mean, you already... Is it around lunchtime?
Moon's just gonna hand you a meat pie.
I'm gonna eat the meat pie.
Yeah. Somehow it's been kept warm.
All right, well, I don't care anymore. I was over this now. I'm good.
Oh no. Yeah, go. Yeah, think about that for a second. Howdy, Tex.
I looked over at the cameras and I just see cowboy hat.
He has the hat.
Yeah.
I guess that works. Not
I love
really.
I love the fact that you thought that was gonna happen. Like
Do
the
what?
whole pause thing. I love the fact that you thought that was actually gonna happen. Like the whole got the hat on and just.
No. I was trying to put him like how I like that.
Yeah, but it looked for a second like you were thinking about just slapping him on like normal.
Oh, I was joking when I was doing that. I was like,
Alright, where are we going?
So we met up. What now?
Kiri's gonna look at Mihangil and be like, "Isn't there that thing you were supposed to do with fancy higher up people the other day?"
sorry, say again.
Wasn't there that
Hat was
You're good. Wasn't there that thing we were gonna do, but not all of us were together? We were gonna speak to the fancy higher up people the other day.
I believe we need to speak with Lady Lazuli, the progenitor, or not the progenitor, the owner, the provider for Colette's Bar. Proprietor. That works. Yes.
Oh, I got a headache now. Ow.
I was about to say that was rather out of character for you, Oxus. Anyway, she is the dwarven politician who owns Colette's Bar, and we need to let everyone in the city know of the incursion that we will be facing.
I understood owner of Colette's Bar, and that's about it.
Right. Connor forgets. Demon or devil? Demon. Okay, I was gonna say demonic. The demon army that is supposed to attack. He's really struggling to come up with small words. The demon army that is supposed to attack. We need to warn everybody.
All right, the reason that big man came to us in our dreams and brought us together.
Adric, yes.
Can you repeat that? I was distracted by my meat pie. Thanks for the pie, Moon.
Let's just give you kind of that slide nod of approval, just like,
I'm just imagining with a dagger, you've got the salt block and you're just scraping off just a little bit, just salt the pie.
I couldn't grit the salt block. I tried, but Hiviti friend said no.
Fair.
I'm not gonna lie, he used too many complicated words for me to understand, but I believe he said that we had to go talk to that lady who was giving us trouble, Leslie,
Lazuli?
Lazuli.
Lazuli?
We're going to Leslie. Y'all ready for this?
Kicking the doors. Yes, I want to speak to Leslie.
Warn somebody about that dream we had that I kind of forgot happened. Y'all remember that? That was trippy.
Yes, and our in with the council of the city would be the owner of Colette's Bar.
I'll just follow you. You sound like you know what you're doing.
I remember the dream parts and fighting the demons and that we're supposed to be heroes. I know that much.
Aye, we are the heroes reincarnate. So we must go and warn the council. I believe we may find them in frankly, the building I didn't really want to go to, but
I mean, a building's a building. The problem is the people inside.
true. I did not want to see some of the people inside, or them to see
Close
me,
your eyes. Oh,
or them to see me.
I mean,
you're good at hiding.
Decently, yes. And I think I have a trick up my sleeve that may work, although it'll only last an hour.
He's going to be invisible, yes?
No, I will be somebody else.
Ah.
But how can you be somebody else if you're you?
You will see.
A wise inquiry, Kiri. Wise inquiry.
Let's go.
Heading to the embassy, as it were. It's both the embassy, town hall, and anything else of structure and leading that it needs to be. You are met at the front door by just a set of guards who allow you entrance, and you are in and approach the front desk. That is marble floors, walls, ceilings. It's not a massive building, but it is very well kept and very well put together. There are people hustling and bustling about, carrying documents, scrolls to other locations, just essentially just like secretaries and other help running back and forth, just trying to get stuff to move along and keep the city moving. Whatever those papers have.
I think, let's see, who do I want to disguise myself as? It's going to be a high elf of some kind. Probably one of my brothers.
Okay. So,
No, not one of my brothers. Just a random high elf.
alright. Hair changes shades to a, what would we say, like a darker brown?
I don't know what high elves look like in your world.
Well, they can have whatever hair color.
The most
whatever
exaggerated
they
of high elves, just to make fun of them.
want. But you also grow an extra, like I'd say, like a good another 2-3 inches to match like proper high elfin height. Ears point a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Stature, I would imagine, gets even more stiff. And you all look as Mihongo is now resembles the high elf that he calls himself.
Oh, yes, I see it now.
I give him the side eye.
I mean, I didn't
You
not
change your
believe you.
hair.
Moon is gonna reach out though and like kind of touch.
It does not hold up to in physical inspection.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we need to make sure that nobody approaches you.
I mean, my hands are still my hands. I just appear slightly taller. That these extra couple inches will go through.
Well,
The ears. But my hands are my hands. I can still interact with things and people.
Fair. Very, very fair.
Although we only have an hour, so we should hurry. And that is my last first level spell slot. So David, I guess we begin going around looking for Lazuli.
Yeah, it's not hard to identify. This massive, like, main room is circular in nature. There are like there are like big, large door frames set in every so often, except for the very center, heading straight back from the main entrance. You would imagine those large double doors straight from the entrance lead directly to like the big, large consolidated council chambers where like everybody gathers and like town meetings are held and stuff like that. But in the main large room, there are doors that are very distinctly made in such a fashion that you can tell what race belongs behind those doors, or will be behind those doors when you look. Easy enough to find the dwarven doors. They are built for taller folk as well, but they are very structurally sound, beautifully carved, very angular designs. It's easy enough to see that is in fact the dwarven door. Next to it, directly next to it, is a old-fashioned large double doors made of wood. Simple enough in make that you would attribute that to the human population. Across the human doors placed next to the hall that leads to the large council chambers. On the other side of those doors is the you would imagine be the elven door. It is made of like a white fir wood, and up the pillars of the door are like woven in vines to be like the most elaborately, yes, we are the elves kind of door that you could think of. And next to that, the consolidated Orcish and Goliath races that work together. They don't have like their own rooms, and it's not even really a door. It's really just like a large, very dramatically designed curtain that's just thrown in the way. So it's just like you just push aside and go forward. But those are the four council, the four of the ruling council rooms.
So to the dwarven one, I guess. Yeah, we're looking for Lady Lazuli.
I'll lead the way.
Just for clarification, it's not like the halflings and the gnomes don't have their own council piece. Similarly to the orcs and the Goliaths, the rest of the small folk are lumped in with the dwarven people.
Are goblinoids feral in your world, or?
Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. The same with Goliaths and orcs, but all of the more monstrous, quote-unquote, races would be lumped in with the orcs and Goliaths.
Okay. So I guess I go over to the dwarven door.
Yep.
We all follow, or at least I follow.
Yep, following.
Two dwarven guards of rather like stocky stature. Like dwarves naturally stocky. These guys look like they made an attempt to be even more brick-like. In their full plate armor and their large pole axes, they cross them before you're allowed to enter, as you are not, none of you, a member of the race that typically goes in here, and they ask you your business. Alt, what you need in the Dwarven Council room?
We wish to speak with Lady Lazuli. We spoke with Colette. We have some information that we believe we should bring to the council, and after speaking with Colette, she recommended that we speak to the patron of her bar, Lady Lazuli.
Alright. Just a moment, we'll see if the lady's busy, and we'll see how soon she'll be able to see you.
Understood, thank you.
One of the guards heads inside, and the remaining guard fully steps in front of the door.
I, peer over him as the other guard goes inside and catch a glimpse of the inside.
Sparsely lit. It is very like dark woods and lighter stone that this room is made out of. The only lights that are actually in there are like sparse sconces along the wall, as you know, dwarves, gnomes, and halflings are typically more underdwelling people, don't really need as much light. It is very like it just feels very like this is, I don't want to say like Viking Hall-esque, but that's like the vibe you would get from it. It's like it's narrow, long pathway.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Decorated very lavishly as to show off the pride of the dwarven people in their craft and whatever they might have found. It doesn't take too terribly long. You are let back in. Updating notes. The other dwarven guard returns. The lady will see you now.
Oh, wonderful.
And you are all of you let in, and you see her desk all the way at the back of the room, like a good almost 200 feet of this narrow chamber. There are desks lined against like either side of the wall with doors every now and then that might lead to like other places within the dwarven part of the chamber. Her desk is all the way at the back.
They're in
Moon,
traps.
Moon, do you have prestidigitation by chance?
Don't do it.
Hang on. Let me think. Do I have prestidigitation? Do I have prestidigitation? I do not.
Oh, well, this is kind of awkward because we have a very bloody lion right here.
I am fine. It is,
Here.
it is
It's
fine.
a birthmark.
And as you look behind you, one of the guards did accompany you inside. And just following it.
Moon's just gonna take off the robe that he's wearing, because he does have clothes on underneath, and just kind of blanket it around Oxus and just be like, just cover up a little bit. I know it's small, but...
It's fine. If anything, the problem is the smell.
You are washing that robe afterwards.
I don't need it.
It's too late. It's already on you.
I apologize. I just realized our companion's appearance. He was out hunting earlier, and that is Moose.
Good hunt. Do you like to hunt?
And we continue onwards.
Yeah.
Osis is actually the guard if he likes to hunt.
Oh, he's accompanying us. Like, while we're still walking forward, he's just with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just saying, like,
No,
that is
really-
not a person.
not
That
really
is
a
an
stranger.
animal. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not really a hunt. I spend Mondays through Fridays in here.
Hunting
Don't
on the
really get the
weekends.
chance to go on. Well, I'd like to spend the weekend with my family.
Oh, cool. Do you have any kids?
3.
Congratulations. Must be fun.
Thank you. They're a handful. But we reached the desk of the councilwoman. And like her namesake, she is adorned in gold-banded jewelry with blue gems and has nearly navy dark blue hair. As it's all like bunched up together and put up in like a pseudo beehive hairstyle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As she looks up at y'all,
And
I'm trying not to make myself laugh with this voice that I'm about to do. She looks up at you with a big smile and bright eyes. Howdy, y'all. How can I help?
Oh.
Wasn't the dwarven voice you were expecting, was it? No.
Nope.
We're here to save the world.
Have
Right? That's
That's a mighty big proposition.
okay, so I passed through the Dwarven city on the way here. Is this an accent that Mihongo is familiar with?
Ooh, this is the redneck accent. These people were not allowed. Were not like you never heard anybody in the Dwarven court that when you pass through sound like this.
Okay. All right. Well, I am taken aback, but I have had practice dealing with unsavory individuals, so this should be fine. What I'm
bring out the charm.
well, Madame Lazuli, my compatriots and I have.
Oh, madam, you don't work for me. You just call me Miss Lazuli. It's fine.
Thank you, Miss Lazuli. Well, my compatriots and I. How do I put this? We had a sort of shared a dream, a vision. Dream seems to imply that it was not real, but it was some sort of spell, some sort of telepathic message where we were all
prodigal heroes returning in another life.
I can tell you all about the story if you'd like.
Thank you, Moon.
Right.
What was that, Kiri?
I can tell you about the story. I remember it from start to beginning. It was amazing.
From start to beginning.
I said what I said.
Well, Miss Lazuli, it appears that the hero of old, Adric, contacted us. He said that we are supposed to be the reincarnations of the heroes of old. This creature here is the reincarnation of the wood elf druid. Moon here is the reincarnation of the dwarf mage. I am the reincarnation of the halfling thief. Oxus here is the, and I gesture at everyone as I introduce them, is the reincarnation of the human. I don't miss a beat. The human Kalashar fighter, and Cure, the Goliath
say,
barbarian reincarnate.
What was my reincarnation again, Connor?
The human / Kalashar fighter.
Okay.
Telepathically, Moon's gonna interrupt Mahongil and just be like, "What if they ask for proof?"
Mentally or?
Yeah, mentally, telepathically.
Okay. Can I respond mentally or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then I respond mentally. Well, there are magics for determining if people are telling the truth. We will ask for someone who can cast that.
And if they don't have access to that?
It's a fairly common spell, but we shall work from there. And so Adric took us into some sort of dream world, and this is verbal again to Lazuli, and told us that we were the reincarnation of these heroes of old, and that we are to warn everybody and potentially save the world about the demon incursion. It seems the seal, the border, is weakening, and that they will be able to cross over to this world sometime soon.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot in a very short span that you just said.
Yeah, Colette sent us here, by the way.
As I was told. Know a lot more than we would like the public to know. That is the reason that I am listening currently. Us of this council here in Almansthorpe specifically are aware of the weakening of the Vaeo. Specifically, our elven councilman Eluhan is how it's spelled, Eluhan, in his time being here has sensed a more profound, or has experienced a more profound changing of himself and of the rest of the elven peoples.
I'm sorry. What was his name again?
Eluhan, Eluhan, Eluhan.
Thank you.
Eluhan. He's particular about how you say it. We've been getting reports from up near Gipfelstadt, which German Gipfelstadt directly translates to Summit City.
The redneck German words. It's my home.
New Braunfels.
Yep. Oh,
But
might as well be at the barbecue right in the backyard.
This is water.
Grandma,
right?
is that you?
Hey, sweetie. But we've been receiving reports from up north in the mountain range that the dragon that lives up in those mountains has become more and more restless and has been on flight and hunting more and more often. Meat seems to be spoiling very, very fast. Anything that tries to grow there is killed rather quickly.
I do believe we saw him fly over a couple days ago.
That's about as far south as he ever comes, is a little bit past us. But we knew something was going wrong when more and more trade kept getting pulled from Gipfelstadt, as in, like, they've been requesting more from us and surrounding towns. Normally we wouldn't we wouldn't think twice about making more money on people needing more trade, but this was such a large shift in what they normally ask for that it deemed worthy to look into. And any reports came back that things are dying faster, stuff's spoiling faster, as I said, and there's been an increased amount of, well, disappearances and or attacks of some kind. We're not exactly sure what, but we've been experiencing it a little here. And there have been reports from the of unrest from the Red Knights. Now, it so happens that we were planning on sending out a expeditionary group towards Gipfelstadt anyway. But if we don't have to expend our forces ourselves, and I could request and impress upon you that we would be more than willing to compensate you all for a trip up there to at least look around and see what's going to happen and get us an eyewitness report of the things going on there. And if it's as bad as what reports have come to us are saying. And this is just a proposal. It'll have to be brought up to the rest of the council members, and I'm certain I could put an emergency meeting forward if you were all be willing to go and do this for us.
I'm
perfectly okay with this.
I am as well. You mentioned compensation.
Yes. Daniel. This one's fucking throwing cat.
Doesn't need to be up there.
No.
David, can I ask a player question?
Yes.
Wasn't maybe I missed it. We weren't paid for that investigation quest, right?
No, not yet, because they had to go into their own investigation and make sure that it wasn't a Like they're trying to make sure they were trying to corroborate your story that it wasn't just a murder that y'all committed, that it was this was a bounty that was posted. We figured this out. We did this. Everything that happened here, the property damage had to happen in order to fix it. They're trying to finish an investigation before they can pay you.
And they said they would, get back to us in the evening at the bar if they found us.
It hasn't been
Good
evening yet.
or probably bad.
Yeah, because it's still the same day, so it hasn't been evening yet.
One way they come with money, one way they come with handcuffs. We'll find out this evening.
Okay, so the reason I was asking was I didn't know if this lady would know that bureaucrat and be able to speed up the process so that we can do both quests and get that one done and still do this one, or how does this work?
We don't have to leave. Like in theory, we don't have to leave today. It's not like
go. Because it's past noon today. You would probably be leaving tomorrow morning if this gets approved.
We got to get our food. We got to prepare to leave, and then all that other stuff that comes with treks in a world like
it's
this.
just her proposal. She has to bring it up to the rest of the council.
Whoa, wait, we have to prepare for the trip?
I mean, if you're going to go on a week trip down to San Antonio, you're going to prepare.
If you follow the trading path from Almensthorpe to Gipfelstadt, it's 100 miles with the curvature and everything.
I mean, it's 25 miles a day in D&D logic, right?
Yeah. So if you're able to procure horses or a carriage or whatever, or you're gonna walk,
probably procure horses.
We shall see, won't we? But I'll leave that up to you, because so far only 2 of you have stated that it would be cool to go to Gipfelstadt and do that.
I'm fine with it.
Asked about compensation.
My Tina would be okay with it as long as compensation is guaranteed.
I don't even care about the compensation. I'm here for the adventure. I like to see the new places.
I just want to make sure everyone's okay.
I'm kind of on the same route with Kire. Well, money is nice. I mean, I'm
well, it does give me new hunting gear, so I suppose some money is okay.
But again, it's not the top of my list. I'll say that.
At the bare minimum, Kire, you should at least make sure your expenses are covered. I mean, you are probably good to hunt on the way, but if you would like a horse to travel there, it's up in the mountains, perhaps a warm cloak.
Wait, did we transfer back into character now? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, we can figure that out if her proposal goes through, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, it's not my purview to say what you would all be paid. I know what we were planning on paying, like our advanced scouts from our personal guard. We were going to pay them 4 times daily wages every day until they returned, because it's a dangerous expedition that we had been reports of kidnappings and disappearances and murder up near there, so we wanted to compensate them for any dangers that might happen.
I've got a question about that, actually.
Yeah.
Are these people, are they strong like the Red Knights, or like similar strength?
No, these are it would have been a couple of advanced like scouts that go beyond the wall and just make sure that the city walls and just make sure that we're safe, and a couple of regular town guardsmen. They weren't knights like the blooded at all.
So I bait one of those guys.
Well,
quite handedly as well.
Just to kind of show that we're not completely useless, we also defeated a beast yesterday. I believe Kiri has the head.
I interrupt. No, not one of your guards. One of the Red Knights. We went up to visit earlier, and there was a friendly bout between 2 of them. And
covered in blood. I forgot about
that. You attacked one of my guards. No.
No, that is from his hunt earlier. That was from his hunt earlier. He took down a quite a large moose. Actually, you can go to the. You can send somebody to the butcher and the tanner if you would like, but to confirm the story. But we stopped at the butcher to sell the meat. We stopped by the alchemist to sell some of the supplies, the horns, other parts, and we stopped by the tanner to sell the hide. Was there a bill of sale?
I don't want to attack the guards. If I attack the
There
guards,
was,
I
yes.
can't go to collect.
Okay, I produced the bill of sale for the animal
Okay.
parts.
As a businesswoman and a dwarven woman that is like
I
naturally
got one of them. I definitely need to get a
That's-
bill of sale from the Dire Displacer Beast.
you did. It's not something. It's like I don't need to like tell you that you got it. It's like it'll be like written down. It won't be like an official like, hey, print out receipt because fantasy.
Okay.
It'll be like written out agreement. This price for this product at this place.
And then both parties sign both copies, the business's copy and the other person's. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just the handshake.
Not in a place like Almansthorpe where so many races gather to do business and trade.
Yeah, maybe in a smaller town more homogenous communities, but more communities where it's the same, like all the same race.
As a businesswoman and as a dwarven woman that is like their race is naturally leaning into like, hey, we do business. We do a lot of business with a lot of peoples. Her smile gets somehow even wider and her cheeks even more rosy, if that was possible. Well, I have a very firm feeling that I don't need to go and check that story, as you've provided with so many locations that are easily accessible, and locations, at least one of which I own, so...
Is it the
We
butcher?
knew you owned Colette's bar. Was it the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, the alchemist, the tanner?
It's the butchery, if you're wondering where Mo gets the meat to make those pies.
That would make sense.
What
Wait
is
a
the
minute.
butcher's name? What is the butcher's name? I missed it last time I was there.
No, who is the butcher? What is the candlestick maker?
Wait, who's the butcher's name?
Yes.
That's his name now. It's H-U who.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
His name is Who, H-U, and he talks like they say. Remember, he's a porcine as well. He's a pig fellow.
It's quite rude to call somebody a pig fellow.
Listen, he just call you a pussy, but
I think
Man.
who likes me?
if
Who?
you're making him money, then I would assume so. I will call this emergency meeting. If y'all want to, y'all want to wait in the council chamber, in the main council chambers, we'll be all in shortly.
Okay.
Just licking the blood off.
No, I'm just thinking about my hour time limit on Disguise Self.
There is that's
I don't have spell slots left.
no, but it's only been about, I would say, 15 minutes
Okay.
between like
Best thing.
the wait and the talk.
It's taken 40 minutes to get the council together.
If it's an emergency, if it's marketed as an emergency setting, then they'll.
I'll just have to
convene.
say you had the shits, and I will entirely say that.
Well, Michelle would. I don't know if Mycena would from Hongkong.
Mycena covering for Mihongo. Yeah,
I can see
that
my
seems
I
like
can
it.
see my Cena going. He shit his pants.
On the bright
Brown.
side, this isn't my
Oh,
face,
brown.
so that's okay.
The bad side. Need a new pair of pants.
Now there's just blood on my face after I licked off that blood on my hands. Except for my, I guess my wrap is now just stained red.
Yeah, pink. Yeah.
Lightish red. It's not pink, it's lightish red.
Yeah, pink's light red.
Hey, donut. Listen here, donut. All right. So it takes about 5 minutes for the full council to convene, rather quickly, because it's marked as an emergency setting. So they all
Bitches be running
convene
around.
quickly. Yeah. You are all sat in like a U bench shape in front of like a raised platform with like a like a town meeting hall. It's like one big giant fuck off desk.
Do I have to be seated? I would prefer to stand.
Yeah, you don't have to sit.
Okay.
Moon's trying the David Blaine levitation trick because he read about it in the book once. And
Who is this mysterious wizard, David Blaine?
So he's just kind of like mentally like to Curie, like, Curie, does it look like I am floating?
Describe what you're doing, because I'm a little lost. Nate's lost.
Like David Blaine, where he had like one foot on the ground, kind of lifted up the other one, and then just like from the angle.
Chris Angel style.
Yeah, Chris Angel style, not David Blaine.
100% Curie believes you are levitating off the ground. From her angle, 100%.
Yeah.
I feel it's only right I give a performance check, David. Can I give a performance check for this?
Yeah, if you want to give a check, give a check. Sure. There's been very little rolling.
Yeah, let's see. Where's performance?
1 in 400 chance that I rolled 2 5s in a row earlier.
Oh, okay.
Moon, when can you fly?
Are you convinced?
That's
Are you not entertained?
That is very convincing. All right. So the rest of the council, they are all getting situated. You see, Lazuli takes the one of the far seats. See, next to her is a rather surly, buff-looking human. He's bald of head. He has I'd say his complexion is it's like caramel, like a rich caramel skin. And there's the elven man on the other side. He stands like a true high elf would at his full height, but you can see Mihongo specifically doesn't even need to roll a check for this because you heard the words that he himself has been affected quite heavily by being this close.
Mm-hmm.
His ears are blunted, and the shine in his eyes that normal elves have is slightly dulled. And next to them is a small for an orc, you would think. They are muscular, to be certain, but they have a. It's who? Okay. Think like Merida from Brave. Her hair.
Mm-hmm.
But black.
On an orc?
Yes.
Nice.
She is half orc. Like you can tell that she's half orc. She looks too short to be an actual orc, and too fine of features to be a full-blooded orc. But she has 2 tusks that come up from the bottom. They are large. They nearly reach up and almost pierce the corners of her nose, but they're kept in check by. I'd say kept in check. It's not really the right word for it, but they're capped with gold that there's barely any room between the corners of her nose and her tusks. But they all take their seats. Lazuli will begin presentation. Well, hello, members of the rest of the council. I called this emergency meeting as we have what appear to be a set of volunteers that are willing to go to Gipfelstadt instead of us sending our own guardsmen off. Is this correct?
Yes, that is correct.
The elven, who you would know his name is Eluhan, turns and speaks in y'all's direction. And why would you be willing to go to this place for us? You owe us no allegiance, you owe us nothing. Why would you place yourselves in danger?
Well, as I told your fellow councilwoman here, we were brought together in, I don't know whether to call it a dream state, a trance, some sort of magical summoning where our minds were brought together and we were approached by the hero of old. We were approached by... I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Adric.
Adric, thank you. We were approached by Adric, and he told us we were reincarnations of the heroes of old. And that it is our unfortunate responsibility to warn the nations and fight back against this demon incursion.
Lazuli had said that you knew more than we would like to tell the public.
Who is that?
That was still the elf.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, the accents I have for each of these guys, you'll know who's who.
So you have the redneck accent before the cowboy hats came out.
Yeah.
Well, because that's Elvish accent started to sound more Russian or Germanic.
This is. I went for like a stereotypical like European and French mix.
Okay. Fair.
Thing. You know, highfalutin, high culture.
Yeah.
What us from down here in Texas think is.
Them fancy schmancy words.
Yeah. I do not know. This is, if you are willing to go.
Willing, yes, but compensation was mentioned.
The orcish woman speaks. But
Russian. Grab the vodka, David. Grab the vodka. There you go. Now you're good to go.
well, we certainly appreciate you willing to go and do this that with the needs to be done. Gipfelstadt is where most of our conglomeration comes from, and you see, like, she has a bodyguard behind her that is about 8.5 feet tall, gray of skin, bald head, and is just one massive being. Where most of this fine fellow's people come from. The city is entirely placed within the mountains. So we would very much appreciate it if you went and could deal with that.
Well, we have dealt with some beasts already. A dragon might be a bit out of our league at the moment, but we will definitely do what we can.
Were you the ones that took care of the bounty poster that I'll put up?
You'll have to be a little more specific. There were several bounty posts, and there was another man.
No. Listen, all of you here, I'm not talking about the fucking rats that got taken care of.
The Wraith, yes.
Right. I've been informed from the guard station that they're looking into it for the day. The property damage, negligible. We'll make that. We've already made that money back, and then some. But when they get done with the investigation, because they have to do their investigations, I don't really care for it. You'll get your money, but how we were going to pay our guards for going up there? What was it, 4 times daily salary?
That is what I was informed of, yes.
So we could at least make it a little bit more fair, since you're not part of our regular retinue people. I say just for going up there and getting us a more eyewitness account and getting back to us with what is that is a real big problem we need handled. 100 gold to the each year right now, and 100 gold upon returning.
$100 gold for each of us individuals, so that's 600. I look around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. And then 100 each upon our return. So 200 total.
City's willing to fork out 1,000 gold for this to get done.
Okay. I would like horses as well. That way we can expedite our travel there.
That was already part of the plan for. That was already part of the plan for our guards that we were going to send. As well as any of you who are magic-y types, we were going to send off at least one of our wizards on the guard to assist, and we were going to top off anything that they needed for spell casting. So what this means for y'all is you can all add 100. You can all add 100 gold right now. And any of you that use spells can just know that you have all of the material components you need for any spells that you can currently cast.
Okay.
I got some silver dust. Yes.
Oxus, you could have just taken a silver piece and filed it down.
This was Daniel reacting. Oxus is just like, okay.
Could have done that, but not in this town, because Brixton here, it points to the human councilman, will arrest you for defacing currency.
I didn't say it had to be your currency.
Yeah.
He's quite traveled. I'm sure he has silver from other places as well.
Let's make sure it's not one of ours.
See, this one's a little hexagonal.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's 8, 7.
octagonal, and it's octagonal. That's my people's money.
This one's a circle.
They all have different print on them, but yeah.
I pulled out a few different ones. Oh.
Water tribe money.
Wait, telepathically, Moon's gonna again speak to Mahankil. Do we try and get Hivi paid too? I'd say we have another member of our party who is unavailable at the time.
As much as I would like the extra 25 gold, and this is mentally, as much as I would like the extra 25 gold, I do not think it wise to risk revealing him just yet.
Let me confer with Oxus. Oxus the same thing telepathically.
No.
We're just gonna look at Mahungil and be like, just kind of
his dragon. Evita fan.
just the kind of generic, little throat neck chop, just like, like, it's a no.
Okay.
Would say pack up everything that you're going to need for the trip. Horses should shorten the normally 4 or 5 day journey considerably. It's going to be 4 days on foot to get to the base of the mountain, and then about another 2 days travel up the mountain.
There isn't some sort of trading post along the way that we could get fresh horses, is there?
The horses that will be given you, they can make the trip easily enough. You'll only have to stop once on the way to the outpost at the base of the mountain. But they have, I assume you've seen you said you went to the Red Knights earlier today.
Yes, the three of us.
So you saw their magical box carts or whatever that travel them to the top.
Yes.
Something similar to that when you reach the outpost. There's a set that goes up and down for trade purposes to get to the summit of the city without having to the trails. You can take the trails if you want to. It's just cold as all hell and takes a lot longer.
I see.
When the gnomes came up with those box cars, and that makes life a lot easier for everybody.
How cold are these mountains? Do we need cold weather gear of any kind?
You are absolutely going to need cold gear. It's been getting more and more progressively cold even here, so I would imagine those mountains have become dangerously cold.
Okay. If you are unaware, David, cold weather gear normally costs 4 gold. I just ran a cold campaign in Adventures League.
It would be provided to you because it was going to be provided to the guards that were going.
There was also special. So, in the campaign that I was playing, you needed the cold weather gear just to be able to make the check. The cons for against exhaustion. There was also a second level of cold weather gear that you could purchase in one of the missions, but not the rest of them. That gave you advantage on the check.
Then you and I can talk about how we're going to run that for next week.
Okay, sounds good.
But is everybody in agreement that we are going to send these? What do we? Do y'all have a name, or are we just gonna? What do we call y'all?
I'm Oxus.
No. She meant the group name. She meant the group name.
We have only just gotten together. Heroes Reincarnate seems a bit on the nose.
Oh, give us.
Indeed.
We'll let you know in the morning.
The Paragons?
Paragons? I like it, but we'll let you know in the morning.
Who has a good passive insight? Who has the best passive insight?
Probably her.
What is passive insight?
It's
10 plus your
10 plus your insight score.
No.
Wouldn't you like
a
to
16.
I have a 13. She has a 14.
Actually, I think it might be Oxus actually. Because I'm there with Curie. I'm there with 11.
Yeah, so
what's Oxus's?
16.
16? Oh, are you proficient in insight?
I'm proficient in insight, yes sir.
Gotcha.
Which is above a 15, which is what you needed.
Hopeless, you had a 14.
Yeah. You can see that as as the name Paragon floats around, that Lazuli quirks up about it. She something changes in her facial features. That it's mostly positive, but it's you just tell that something's a little bit off when you say when you call yourselves Paragons.
Paramours? Because
So Oxus, if he tells you that.
Daniel doesn't understand the problem, so Oaksis definitely doesn't understand the problem.
If you bring it up to the rest of your party, or at least some who have had contact with dwarves, they will know something.
Oh, we walked here and we met in a dream. What about dreamwalkers?
I like that.
But we didn't really walk, we just kind of stood there.
Well, no,
we walked here.
I'm for
Oh,
Dreamwalkers.
yes. I don't know.
Sorry, I was helping Michelle with something. What was the issue with Paragons?
Lazuli.
Yeah,
Lazuli made a look.
Okay.
Made a face.
She made a look. Daniel doesn't understand it, so Oaksis doesn't understand it, so he just doesn't say anything.
She made a good look, but still, like.
Hey, I'm too
David,
confused.
Can you give us the look? What did it look like? Like, can you imitate the look?
It's okay. It's kind of like a semi-surprised look, but it's imagine mixing a look of like inquiry and surprise at the same time. Like you're trying to understand something, but you're shocked that somebody had just said what they did.
Can you make that facial expression right now?
Oh, I can.
Hey, what does the Paragon even mean?
You don't know, but if you ask somebody who's been around the dwarven people, they will.
Hey, Moon, what does the
Would I have
Paragon
any? I was about to say, would I have any history of what Paragon meant to the dwarven people?
If you're trained in history, you would know. But this is like the end of the meeting, and y'all are heading out because that's.
Oh yeah, I'm trained in history.
So you get to make a check, and Mihongo gets to make a check because Mihongo's been in the dwarven. Okay.
And I have
Moon just throws
proficiency
up as I
too.
lean in.
I have proficiency too, and I only get an 11.
Oof.
It's a +5. Come on.
17?
17. Specifically because your natural affinity to magic.
Because the way Moon was
people at least a little bit.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Go ahead, what were you thinking?
Well, you know, like, the idea of, like, what? Like, excellence and everything like that. You know, just kind of like that viewpoint. Like that, but also, after looking it up, the other description of a perfect diamond of 100 carats or more. I don't know if that's, like...
A paragon?
Yeah.
Is that the
Oh,
thing
you're
of gods?
good,
No,
yeah.
that's a pantheon.
Yeah.
Moon wouldn't know. We'll go Mahongo first. Mahongo, you would only know at least a little bit because you went through the damn place.
Mm-hmm.
You would know that there was a place of very special people were interred. The most morally standing and like the people who embodied certain qualities of the dwarven people were buried. It was called the Paragon Hall.
What's wrong?
Upon even saying something like that, Moon, it would click for you that paragons for the dwarven people, paragons were basically what saints are to us.
We are saints. We are the saints.
I mean, because I am the reincarnated dwarf, Moon's just kind of like, I mean, if that's the case, it makes sense, yeah.
Curie said Nightwalkers, right?
Dreamwalkers.
Dreamwalkers.
Dreamwalker. I like Dreamwalkers.
Works for me.
Ooh, we could say we're the skin crawlers.
Paragon's dream?
Listen, do you want... I have a stat block for a skinwalker.
No.
Wait. What if we get sponsored? We need something that goes with the name.
We can change
Like
it if
New
that
Orleans.
happens.
We are from New Orleans.
Colette's Dreamwalkers.
The Dreamwalkers.
Dreamwalkers.
Ooh, Dreamweaver.
Paragon's dream?
Paragon's dream?
Too big of a word.
Dreamwalkers, too big of a word.
It's two simple words. I think most people can understand it. I think
I don't even know what a paragon is.
Exactly. The common folk won't be able to know what a paragon is.
But just as an aside, every
He's
dwarven
right
person,
here, Mahungil.
every dwarven person will know.
Yes.
Those are like it's like saying, hey, we are Saint Michael.
I mean, it
We
works
are
for a football
farmers.
team.
I'm aware. I have the key.
So now we're just having this little bickering argument in front of the council.
I think it's towards the end of the council, right?
If a football team can be the Saints, so
Hey,
can we.
how long did that meeting go on? Did Mihongo run out of time?
No. You got really close though. You had maybe 2 minutes.
Wait, does this mean
Mihongo's like, we need to go. We gotta get out of here.
Does this mean every time we appear before these people, telepathically, Moon's saying this, does this mean every time that we appear before these people, you must wear disguise?
Not necessarily, but perhaps.
This is I would imagine Mihongo might think this, but theoretically speaking, you are technically getting closer to the Dark Tower.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just say when you come back and you look a different way, it's like, hey, well, I got closer to the tower.
The dream team. We're the dream team. We are the dream team.
I hate that I like that.
What,
Dream team? Wait,
Team dream team.
No, team dream team.
Team dream team.
Team dream team.
Dream.
No, Shark Boy, no.
Close your eyes, shut your mouth, dream a dream and get us out. Close your eyes, go to sleep, dream a dream, you little bleep.
Dream.
Joke's on you, I'm actually Taylor Lott. Gross.
Victor Crumb?
With that, I think we're gonna take a break. We'll come back as y'all are meeting in Colette's bar or wherever else y'all decide to go. If y'all want to stop by anybody else's place or whatnot.
I can't wait
What
to see
time
that
is
little halfling at the dwarf bar.
For me, it is just about 9:30, so I think I might have to call it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was referring to in the game, but yeah, that too.
Michelle, I have not forgot about that little halfling. We're gonna face him at the bar. Colette said we could beat people up.
Yes.
We can. It's been almost 2 hours, or an hour and a half, about.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Be right back, or.
Dream team. The dream team.
I want to keep everybody here for this stuff, so I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a short one for tonight, as it was a lot of role.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, it's okay. You got work. I gotta be up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. So
I have to drive to College Station tomorrow morning too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna get drunk.
Must be nice, David.
Thank you for this year, y'all. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are great. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Goodbye for now.
That was fun.